No one ever says goodbye. Not in sales. It just doesn't happen. They fade away and disappear. 1 minute, your customer will go ahead and click on your ad, super excited that they're about to start on the journey of buying a brand new vehicle. They fill out your form online. They provide you with their personal information. And what's up next? Silence. You didn't just lose this lead. You didn't keep it. And that, my friend, is where today's story begins. Welcome back to Auto Nerd. Let's do this thing. There was a customer, let's call him Jay. He did exactly that. He filled out the form to get his brand new vehicle, and you received the lead online, and he was totally legit. Asked a legit question and really was excited to hear back. And he simply just wanted to know what the range was on a fully loaded model. This is the extent that he went through to get his message over to you. Clicked on your ad and went through everything. You saw it as a lead. It came on in. You meant to follow up with him, but you got pulled away by a delivery, life, lunch, and then a team huddle. And then the next thing you know, it's Saturday morning, you're having a meeting. And since it's our holiday, you just hunkered on in and you forgot about Jay. And by the time you remembered to give Jay a call back, well, you took a look online and you made friends with him on social media, and you all of a sudden notice that your friend or future friend that you wanted to follow up with is showing photos of himself, the sales consultant, in a brand new vehicle that he just put himself in because you didn't go ahead and follow up. Statistically, you didn't stand a chance here. Actually, I'm going to go through a lot about how quickly you need to go ahead and reply to these things and what people are actually looking for when it comes to direct follow-up. Because right now, you've just put yourself in the position that I reached out after 5 minutes, and my ability to get you in the door is dropping quickly. Every minute that goes by, the likeliness of me being able to get you in that seat in front of me is going down, down, down. The reason is that sometimes customers ghost us, and sometimes we ghost the customers. It's a natural thing. It happens, and we're going to talk about how to get over this. Because in the end, it's not just the fact that we're leaving the ball hanging. It's that this particular behavior of looking at your lead sheet and going, they're not buying, they're not buying, they're not buying, is having a direct negative impact on your income. Customers expect a reply in under 10 minutes. Some even faster than that. And if you can't accomplish that, then, well, maybe the phone thing and leads thing, it just isn't your bag. Fresh ups coming through the front door can sometimes sustain you as long as you're in a climate that will allow for that. But the average dealership wait time is over 42 hours. 42 hours to get an answer on whether you have the car I want or not. So you know what happens in that 42 hours? Everything. Customer test drives a vehicle somewhere else. Your cousin tells them to check out some other brand. Possibly they just completely forget that they haven't even filled out your form in the first place. Meanwhile, other dealerships out there are sending them that first, thanks for your inquiry email immediately. And the ones that are skilled at it have figured out how to get that customer in the seat quickly. Because when you go ahead and you follow up with the customer, within about the first minute, your conversion rate is up to 391% more positive than somebody that is waiting the standard 42 to get this 47 hours to follow up with the customer. I don't want an answer in 2 days. If I'm looking to buy a car and I'm motivated, keep in mind, people don't buy cars based on the car or the price. They buy cars based on emotion. So if you're not going to get back to me relatively quickly, then what do we even have to talk about here? So 391%, you're right, not 39, not 39, 391% boost in your conversion rate if they receive a contact back from a human being, not a, hey, thank you. Just so you know, somebody will be reaching out to you shortly within 42 to 47 hours. That's what we call lame. That's what we call pretty terrible. And that's what we call dealerships that really just don't feel like selling anything. And want to rely on fresh business coming in through the front door because that's obviously where all the money is. So we're not talking about margins. We're talking about missed moments today. These missed moments pop up all the time for us. It could be the person that's sitting in front of you. It could be a phone call that you've taken, that voicemail that's just blinking away on your telephone. It could be a billion things. Deal is here, though, is that your follow-up with that customer being quick and also being human, meaning that you're not using AI for this one because the AI detectors will go off. But your steadfastness pays dividends in this part here. Let's talk about the zombie in the room. This zombie that's cranking out hot leads from 2017. Now, I'm talking about the graveyard of a CRM that some of us have. If you are the manager at a store and you're looking at that CRM, see what your sales consultants are actually seeing in this. Because a lot of CRMs will just start cranking out leads going, this person's hot. Again, from 2017, 2018. And when these people, you haven't heard from them in, any of the gods know how long. So we need to make sure that we're hitting these people in a timely manner, because follow-up is about creating a connection. Now, as I've said many times in this podcast, is that connection is going to be that item that leads to trust building, and it leads to building the foundation for an incredible customer experience, which is the item that builds gross, builds profitability, and actually gets us to sell some cars, not grinding the customer down into the ground. But the CRM graveyard just keeps giving us these things, and it's not like we're some sort of sales consultant archaeologist digging through all the crap that our CRM just continues to purge. But you have to make sure that you follow up. The reason that these systems are doing what they do is to let you know that, hey, if you've been following up with this person since 2017, now's a pretty darn good time to follow up with them. Take a look at your settings in your CRMs. Figure out how to get these graveyards moving. Figure out how to humanize the zombies that are inside of it. And note that from here on out, starting today, make yourself this promise that you will go ahead and start following up the customers at a very reasonable rate. Say it. Say it out loud that you will make an attempt to connect with your customers. I will make friends with my customers. I will make friends with my customers. This is important because if the connection isn't there, you have nothing. Let me say this again. If the connection isn't there and you sell the car, congratulations, you probably got a Mini. And the reason for this is that if customers aren't motivated to work with you, what the hell's the point in them coming in, right? The world is their oyster at this point in time. They can take a look at all the products that are out there and go buy whatever they want. Why are they coming to you? Now, the reason that I mentioned that the statistic, 391% within the first minute of contact, is because, well, number one, it's true. And then number two, I just want to make you aware of the fact that how quickly you respond to this customer is going to determine your future in this business. Now, people, when they reach out, you can't tell right off the bat if they're serious or if they're not. Sure, I'm sure there's some people that stare at the screens all day and go, no, 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 only to come to find out that these people actually did go ahead and come on in and buy a car later on, even if somebody didn't respond. Not for nothing, I'd like to be in control of that situation. So it's time for us to go ahead and start making these relationships, start making connections, and getting our customers to pick up the phone once every 90 days or so when we follow up, because we need them to remember who we are so they come back in again and buy another vehicle. All right, so let's turn the page here. So the negative side of it is that the average consultant out there is not following up in a reasonable period of time. And to me, when I see that, it kind of sucks. And it sucks because I know you can do better. I know you can follow up. I know you can make these connections. And I know the financial issues that you're having in your life might actually be due to the fact that you got to get out of your negative headspace. So let's pivot from pain into power, right? Let's take control of ourselves because we can't control the customer. The only thing we can do is control the process through our own behavior. Here's how we perform better follow-up. Try this. First contact with a customer. Reach out with a text, right? Spark their interest. Don't just follow up with something lame. And I'll get to that in a moment. Also, call to create connection. This allows the customer to hear your voice, hear your cadence, and to know that you're somebody that I can trust, somebody that I can work with. Also, email to cement any value, any additional items that you would like them saved. This is a simple, layered, very human approach to how we pretty much do everything these days. So when the customer does reach out, don't hit them back via email immediately. If their phone number is on there, shoot them a text. An actual human text messages. A text message from an actual human, not a robot. Well, here's an example of a text that would help you out here. So customer emails on in, they're inquiring about whatever SUV or car that they're inquiring about. Hi, my name's Andrew. Saw you were checking out that vehicle over there. If you're anything like me, you got 27 million tabs open on your screen right now trying to solve this issue about which car you should get. And if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to help you close one of them. It's not magic. It's actually empathy wrapped in efficiency. It lets the customer know that I'm here to go ahead and help you out. And being able to go ahead and help you out allows me not only to go ahead and pay my bills, but allows you an easier time. I'm essentially opening the door for the customer and saying, it's safe. Come on in. But being human does lead down a couple interesting paths. For example, you will forget to follow up. It happens. And the email comes through and you're looking at your phone and, oh, it's 7 o'clock at night. Oh, I've just got off of work. I don't want to work. And then you put your phone back in your pocket and you say to yourself, you'll deal with it in the morning. And this isn't going to work anymore. This blowing it off until next business day. You got to go ahead and follow up with that person. But let's say it does happen. You looked at your phone, you meant to do it, and you just didn't. There is a redemption round that you can go ahead and utilize, but I would recommend just following up on time. Let's say you missed the lead. It doesn't mean that you are completely roasted and done with this customer, because sometimes buying a car does take a little bit of time, and that lead does go ahead and sometimes take a little while to foster. So follow up with them. Again, back to another text message. Hit them back. Like, hey, man, I dropped the ball. I am so sorry. And, I got your lead on in, and I really wanted to make sure that I got back to you because I saw that your question was in there, and I had some pretty good answers to that. So here are the answers to that, just to make sure that you know. So I'm building up some street cred, some reputation with the customer going, hey, here's your answer. And I'm letting them know that I'm still here and I promise that it'll be well worth your time. This is your little apology. You're not going ahead and applying pressure, because pressure is that sledgehammer that just makes anxiety increase. If you want to go ahead and have your customers be stressed out the whole time, please go ahead, apply pressure. It doesn't help. You'll be donating to another sales consultant out there and their exotic car that they choose to buy in the future. This isn't that area. This is humility. I'm offering service now. Remember, the people that are more likable, the people that are more open, more themselves, get the business in the car business. Because this isn't the car business per se. This is the people business. And being in the people business, we have to be the individuals that allow the customer to know it's safe to go ahead and do this. Because in this business, we all know the customer's expectations of car sales consultants is pretty bad. And because it's pretty bad, if you simply put yourself in a better headspace, better position to offer up the customer an experience that they love, they'll be on in. It's just a matter of you going ahead and proving to them that you can actually do that. We're going to shift from salesperson to steward. The person that is trying to push a product to the person that is trying to help somebody go ahead and buy a product. We're not managing leads. You're managing trust. Those people, when they email on in, yeah, they're inquiring about a car. But when they find connection, the car no longer really matters quite as much. It's, yes, I can move forward and get myself something where I can get myself in my treat myself kind of moment. You see, every click is a chance to show the customer who exactly you are. And every follow-up moment can prove that you care about that individual that is on the other side. Remember, kindness is the greatest and hottest razor to break down anxiety. And it's the biggest one to give people permission to buy the cars. And why not just wear that on our sleeves? But this is how reputations are built, one unseen moment at a time. Because customers, when they leave, they may forget your name if you don't follow up, but they will never forget how you made them feel, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. You see, memory of feeling lasts a very long time. It's almost as if it transcends everything else. I can tell you about all my car buying experiences and how they went. But when it comes to the sales consultants, I don't hear many of them following up. And quite honestly, due to that behavior, I'm probably not going to return to them because, well, there's a lot of other sales consultants out there and there's a lot of other vehicles that I'd really love to enjoy. And trust me, being remembered from a text message or an email before the customer comes in is awesome. They remember your name, they remember who you are, and they'll simply go ahead and ask for you. The foundation for trust in a relationship is already built because you started it correctly with that first text. But if that's what the customer's looking for, is simply to acknowledge that the person on the other end of that email, text message, or phone call knows what the heck they're talking about, well, it's darn worth our time to go ahead and improve in these areas. So note that when that customer writes on in, don't leave the customer on the table. That's you hurting yourself. That's you hurting your bank account, and that's you going ahead and just, for some reason, shooting your potential in the foot. Follow up with these people. Get them on in and have them take a seat. Because those leads, you shouldn't be kissing goodbye. That's your livelihood. So stop saying so long and thanks for all the leads, because creating a big stockpile of phone numbers and emails that you're never going to contact, or that turns your CRM into zombie land over here, isn't healthy for you, isn't healthy for your future. So that one that ghosted you and got away, the one that you mishandled, the click that you just kind of look at every so often and go, man, I really wonder if there was something there. Don't put yourself back in that situation a second time, because it's completely preventable. Just commit. You're going to follow up with the customer immediately. Don't lose another one simply due to your silence, because the vast majority of the time, believe it or not, we ghost the customer, and in some instances, more than the customer ghosts us. So respond faster, care deeper, and follow up with the customer like it actually matters to you and to them. Because to them, it actually really does. That caring that you show is going to get them to say, yes, I want to work with this person. The caring that you show will get the customer to get in their car and drive it on over there. The caring and the kindness that you show will allow the customer to know that it is safe to go ahead and show you all the information that is needed to get them into a vehicle. The customer most of the time doesn't care how much we're making. The customer most of the time doesn't care actually what the price is. They care that their motivations are being met, and you're actually somebody that can provide that for them. So until next time, I'll see you later, auto nerds. Go ahead, spread that kindness, spread that caring, and let the customer know that you are in it for them, here and pretty much forevermore. Have a great one. Auto nerd out.